Yeah.
You know, they'll even flinch at you. You know what I
Really?
mean? Yeah. They come in. Well, that we break them down until they act. You know, we had one kid.
Get in the fetal position and cry, bitch.
There was one kid.
We're gonna stick cocaine up your ass.
And he was acting so tough, and now he's asking about everybody's pets. He's like, "Is your cat gonna make it through the storm?" We was
Really?
like, "Who is that kid?"
Wow.
Yeah.
Put a voodoo mindfuck on it.
Man, this lighting is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think
That's
anybody
really
ever
good.
talked about the lighting so much.
Well, cause my skin complexion, it's weird. It's like
How so?
it's always a different color
Okay.
depending on the lighting. So I'm happy that this lighting like captures my true
This is
skin color.
honestly, just looking at it, it looks like one of the best ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude,
what the difference
I
is.
don't have
It's
good
really good. No, I know.
I just don't
because-
have good eyes because I don't like when you guys are talking about it. I don't get it. Like,
Well, maybe your skin complexion doesn't change in lighting,
Probably
so it's
not.
not noticeable. But I
just changes
literally
when
look
exposed to
a
sun.
different. Yeah, I look a different color depending on like if there's no light, I will look as dark as Jeremy.
okay.
Yeah, so my skin complexion
the
is
black.
always like dark, deep melanin. But this is like my true skin color right here.
There you go.
So.
Being that I'm here right now, I'ma go and get it right now, get committed right now. I'ma do some shit that's gonna uplift a bunch of people's spirit right now, help them heal it right now. I'ma get them riches right now. Work plan, manifest, be, speak that shit into existence right now. Can't slow down, got the vision wrote down, cause I seen it, man, I'm on right now. Focus in the motherfuckers where I'm in the zone right now. Ain't no later, dog, it's only right now.
And it's only right now.
It creates.
Right now.
No past, no future right now. All I got is right now. No past, no future right now. All I got is right now. Fuck what they did to me, gon' do, cause all I get is right now. Fuck what they did to me, gon' do, cause all I get is right now. So I focus on that when I can focus on now. Pull up at a beach on the outskirts of town. Enjoy the view and give thanks to the truth. And I go hit the yo just to shut that bitch down.
And I'm high right now. So alive right now. Clear skies right now. Living my life by my own rules. I feel what I choose.
Do it now. It's gonna take some work, okay? And I'm right back at it. Divine alignment, fully automatic. I don't think about it. I just watch it happen. I just move toward it and I get supported. When I try to force it, it just get distorted. So I dance with it. Crystals all in my pants with it. Healing all in my hands with it. I'm an alchemist. I'm a master. I'm a rabbi. I'm a sensei. I'm a bad guy. I'm an alien. I'm an animal. I'm a cannibal. I'm so handsome, no. Yo.
And I'm high right now. Can barely open my eyes right now.
And that money we making it. Climbing these ladders and laying foundation, that's masonry. This shit is different, cause my dreams are literally chasing me. Grateful for where life is taking me. I'm living life, that's to say the least. Only true beauty can tame the beast. Only true love can tame that beast.
Are you here with me right now? Right now. Vibe with me. Vibe with me right now. Right now, yeah.
Welcome back. You guys are back on the Bench Podcast with Bubba and Pink. We have a guest here, Miss Eddi. Is that what everyone calls you? Is Eddi?
Actually, everybody calls me Scooby.
Scooby.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be Edie, not Eddie. Maybe
No,
that's where
it's
that
Eddie.
male energy comes from.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adopt a male name and away you go.
So we have Eddi Scooby on the show today.
Oh my God.
And we're going to be talking as usual. This is home of sports music and mayhem. We're talking all trending topics in sports music and entertainment. We got a good show for you guys today, of course. We're going to be talking. We got a Kyrie Irving update that came across the news ticker today. We're going to be talking breakups in social media, breakups on social media, and other dating-related topics, which will squeeze Kodak in there because he had. It is a 3-year anniversary of his viral moment with a young lady. Drake and 21 dropped a great album. Going to talk about that. Or was it great? And of course, we have our weekly Jackson State update with Deion Sanders and much, much more. Especially with the starter bench with Coach Pink, which has become a staple
Of the show.
All right. Just really quick here with you guys. Once again on the Bench Podcast, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, all of that great stuff. I have been getting not a lot, but quite a few businesses that reaching out that want me to run commercials. They see the other commercials I've done, and I randomly do them for black businesses, but it could be for any business.
We're going to start supporting white businesses?
And
It's off-brand, man.
And we're as we continue to grow, I'm sure that we'll get more people that want to do that. And just speaking on the growth, just in the last 28 days, I'm looking at our YouTube analytics. We're up 20,000 views just in the last 28 days.
Yes.
And we're up 80 subscribers, which
go.
is 49 more than usual, is what
like
they're
it.
saying on a monthly basis. So On the Bench is growing. We appreciate you guys for catching us, and when you do. And thank you. Appreciate all
We're
that
getting
good
better, so stay in for the ride.
stuff.
Buy
That's
low,
right.
sell high.
That's right. I also have a story, the story of the week coming later on in the show.
It's been a while, man.
You say that now, but I just told one. What
Like
was
2
that?
weeks ago.
Maybe 3, yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah. So,
It used to be a staple.
yeah, it used to be a staple. You know, I can't just run out. I have to,
You're out there living life. There's new stories every week if you're living the
And
right
this
way
is,
or the
and this,
wrong way.
yeah, and this is a new story. So,
Good, see?
yeah. So, we got that coming for you.
You ain't dead yet.
I had so Drake and 21 Savage dropped the Her Loss album, right? And
Did you see 21's golf swing today?
I did not. I imagine it's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. I imagine so. I don't think many.
He wouldn't even look good at Top Golf.
I don't look good at Top Golf. But and of course it's trending on social media because it is a really good album, and it comes with Drake doing his normal his bars with dropping names and stuff like that. So Megan Thee Stallion fans are up in arms, and
All 4 of them.
Serena Williams he talked about her husband and stuff like that. So
I thought he took that well, though.
no, he did. He
I
did.
credit to that
Stand up
guy. I don't
guy.
know who the
He
hell he
did.
is, but credit to him.
No, he did. But it got me to thinking, right? Because the album, I didn't know it was coming maybe until about a week before they put it on social media. Then it kind of came right away, right? And of course, they have been working on it for a while. So when you think about it, Drake and 21, Drake is a tier 1 rapper, right? He's a A-list rapper. 21 Savage, whatever you think of him, he's one of my favorite young artists. But whatever you think of him, he's not an A-list rapper. He's whatever, B, C, D, whatever you would put him in. So for that to work, and it is really a good album. I think it's phenomenal for what it is. It's a fun, it's light, it's going to be in all the clubs. It's going to have all these trending songs and catchy sayings. Versus the album, for example, that Drake put out with Future, right? Which was okay. It was a cool album. But when you look at Drake and you look at Future, they're the 2 best hit makers in the game. No matter what you think about their rapping skills, whatever, you just have to admit, because the numbers are there, they're the 2 best hit makers in the game. So they're 2 A-list in that category, but they only make a okay. It was an underwhelming album, right? So when I think about that, that's when people can compare, and there are parallels to sports, to basketball, because when you look at it, like when LeBron first came to Miami, LeBron was looking at D Wade like I'm looking in the mirror. He's an A-list, like I'm an A-list. We're the top 2 in the sport. This is going to be seamless. We're going to go in here. We're going to kill things. And they had a good season. They didn't win the title, but it was good.
It had some bumps in the road.
It had some bumps in the road. And that's what Drake and Future album sounded like. It was some bumps in the road on that album.
Yeah.
And I think, but hold on, let me round this out here.
Yeah.
Because I think there's something to an A-list star, pulling a good player or a good artist and them pairing together to make something magical versus 2 heavy power weights and whatever, a sport or music, putting together a project. Because it's not that they're going to butt heads, because even if they're friends, it's just idealistically they have been great at doing what they do, and it may not correlate to what
I have a couple takes on this.
Okay.
I think to run with the LeBron and Wade thing, like in sports, you can't have 2 alphas.
Mm-hmm.
One person has to step below for it to work.
Right.
And when Wade did that, the Heat became something special.
Uh-huh.
My bigger thing with Drake and Future is just stylistically they're not complementary to each other. That's my biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
They both do their thing very well. But it's not something that's really compatible with each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's why that leveled out at something that wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that there's a possibility that Drake in 21, it's just a better vibe, like just stylistically a better fit. But I do agree with you. Like when somebody's the defined alpha and they're elevating somebody else to another level, that's generally a pretty exciting thing.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, because that's what this album was. It was like, I'm a 21 Savage fan, so I listen to a lot of his music, but even I was impressed with him on this album. It was like Drake was elevating him, but it was still 21 style. So I don't think Drake was writing any of his lyrics or anything. It was just he elevated him to being the best version that 21 Savage could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think Drake did that.
And again, I mean, I'm more of a sports person, but you feel it in sport where when you're on the court with somebody that's at a high level, it's going to bring out the best in you.
Yes.
But if we're both at this point where we both think we're as good as each other, someone wins, somebody loses.
Yeah.
It's a zero-sum game at that point. It's not an elevation situation.
What you think, Scooby?
Or Eddie.
I listened to a few songs on YouTube, and
Shout out to YouTube.
I was not impressed.
Really?
Really, I wasn't impressed.
Not trapping up for you?
I think that's exactly what it was. It's a little light, and I'm like a big trumpet, bass.
Yeah.
Like, I like the heavy instrumental, a lot of the instrumentals that Khaled uses, heavy bass. I like the heavier, a lot of instrumentals that Kodak Black uses or the Baby uses. I like those types of instrumentals. The light stuff is oh, okay. It's okay. It's nice to drive around on a nice sunny day. It's pleasant.
No, it's going to kill the clubs. But that is one of the words.
Music.
That is one of the words I use, because that's what it is, and that's what I'm saying. For the lane that it is in.
Yeah.
I can't compare it to other genres or other lanes of hip hop, because it is a specific type of album.
Yeah.
It's a light, fun album. You know what I mean? I'm not.
It wasn't bad.
Right.
It's just not
Your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't impressed.
Did you have any takeaways from the lines for Megan Thee Stallion, for Serena's wife? Because a lot of women, some of the women
Serena's
were
wife.
Serena's husband, Serena's wife.
Just
I
emasculate
said it right the
that guy.
first time.
I mean,
Yeah, you
it's not the first time Drake's been messy.
Right.
So I just feel like Drake was being, it was a familiar kind of sound, to be honest with you. I was like, oh, okay, this sounds, the Molly album that he dropped before. I was like, who? What? What's happening? Who is this guy? But it just sounds really familiar. It sounded like, 5 other albums that he made is just the fact that Savage was on there. So it was underwhelming for me. It didn't sound fresh or new. It sounded recycled. The only thing new on there was Savage.
Oh, that's important. I thought it was really good. It's just not your style of music.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. But I thought for what it is, it was really good. It was funny to me watching Megan Thee Stallion, like she went on this tirade on whatever it was, Twitter, IG, and she was just like saying different things. You guys are continually to tear down black women, and you just want to. That's all you guys want to do is tear down black women.
We're
I was
tearing
like,
you down, bitch.
yeah, I was like, first of all, you're not a black woman. You're a lying ass motherfucker. That's two completely different things. My mama was a black woman. You're not a black woman. All right, so you're not gonna pull that card and pull the. You just want to talk about black women. No, you're not gonna pull that card. We're not gonna do that because that's not what you are. All right.
What is she?
She's a lying ass
bitch.
motherfucker. That's
So
what she
once
is.
you hit that threshold, you are no longer.
That
No,
becomes your
that's
defining
your thing.
characteristic.
That's your
Oh, okay.
Everything else takes a backseat to that.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
All right, if you're a rapist, but you also play the cello, what are you?
A rapist.
Hell yeah.
I got it. I got it.
All right, I think I like Eddie.
We do get along.
I want to give a shout out, of course, to our very first sponsor, overkink.com. Did you do your homework today?
God damn, I didn't.
That's all right. That's all right. There was no homework this week, people.
No, we can actually. We'll be okay.
Okay. Overkink.com. If you use promo code bubbapink, you get a discount. And I do mean a discount on all of your bedroom needs. It is a real life code. You go to Overkink. They literally have everything that you could possibly think of, that you could possibly need in that type of manner. And I say bedroom a lot, but we don't want to restrict it to the bedroom.
That's right.
You know,
There's the
because-
great outdoors.
Yes.
There's the cheap hotel.
Yes.
There's the car.
Yes. Can't forget about the car.
There's the office.
It's definitely the office.
The studio.
It's the studio. Yeah, making love in the studio. Shout out to
Hell
T-Pain. Yeah. So I say bedroom
I
all
was
the time.
recounting
but-
to some coworkers how I once got a blowjob in the bathroom of a pizzeria.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Blowjob in a pizzeria as a employee.
I wasn't an employee.
No, I'm just saying the person.
No, customers.
Oh, customers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mutual customers.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. That was good times, man.
That's awesome times.
Yeah.
You know how many times I'm leaving the club downtown, or used to be back in the day, and you're hungry, you're drunk, and you go into the pizza. What a great way to end your night
Exactly.
with a pizza and a
Slice of
blowjob.
pizza and a blowjob.
God damn,
Does it get any
it
better?
just does not get any
It
better
does
than
not
that.
get any better.
Shit, man.
What say you, Scooby?
What say me about what?
Did you ever give a blowjob at a pizzeria?
I told y'all not to make me do my real laugh on the air.
That was out the window.
I don't know what you speak of, sir.
Well, let's go. What's your favorite sex toy?
I don't have sex. I'm a virgin.
No, you're not. Do you own a sex toy?
No,
You don't.
I don't.
Have you ever owned a sex toy? That's a yes.
I mean, it's for the love of our sponsor,
Yeah.
Eddie. I mean,
I mean, like, what kind of sex toys do they have?
Everything
Everything.
you can think of,
Well, I mean,
even condoms.
yeah. Lingerie, condoms, sex toys,
whoo-wee. I mean,
straps, whips.
I guess, you know, when I'm ready to date, perhaps I may dabble in a little.
Isn't the sex toy better when you're not dating and you need to service yourself?
Well,
Great question.
I'm for them.
I might need a napkin. I'm starting to sweat. I'm like literally starting to sweat. Woo.
Just like the gym in here.
Oh, yes. I feel heat. My body is warm. What was the question? I lost
What's,
track of.
at the end of the day, like, what's your favorite sex toy you've ever owned?
Phew.
Don't be Meg Thee Stallion here.
that
A
mean?
liar.
A liar?
When she was asked if she had sex with Tory Lanez or been intimate with him, and she gave that long ass pause and then gave some BS answer, that's when we knew for sure she was lying.
That's when we knew for sure.
I've been lying.
I know. I've been sure.
I've been waiting patiently for you guys to move on to
We're
the
not.
next subject.
Sure it's stuck.
God.
We'll move on. But you know what's interesting?
Just throw us a dildo here.
Men don't have interesting enough sex toys to like really use. Like,
Yeah.
I just need a bottle of lotion, to be honest. Well, women have all of these elaborate like sex toys.
Not me.
And
Maybe
many women
back in
take
the
great
day, but-
pride in their arsenal.
Yeah. We have an avid listener who's yeah, you know, I started to say her name, but she gets finicky. I don't want her to.
But she said on the air she prefers the sex toy to actual dick.
Yeah, Jimmy Green prefers a sex toy over a live man. Yeah, she did say that on air. I appreciate it.
Well, you know, when it comes to women, a lot of women can only have a peak orgasm with clitoral stimulation. So that's probably why she prefers the sex toy, because she can manipulate it however she wants to reach the orgasm, whereas
And you say this from experience.
I don't know, but men,
Can men not reach that?
they can, but they their egos get in the way, and so if
How so?
because it depends on the man. His ego may get in the way, and then the woman might feel kind of hesitant to tell him, "Hey, you're not kind of doing this right. Do it like this." I'm a very expressive person when I'm in a
Exactly.
relationship.
Okay.
So if I need him to move this way or that, like I would be honest and just tell him. But that man also has to lower his ego to be able to like be receptive to direction as well.
That's a great
Did
explanation.
you learn something there?
Not really.
Okay.
You already knew that.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But most women are just not going to voice their.
That's the problem.
They'll just take it to the group chat.
Yeah,
and say,
that's the problem, and that's not good. You have to be expressive.
Like, why be afraid? What do you think the man is going to? Do you think the man is going to like knock you out in that moment? I don't understand. What is the? What is the? Are you?
It might lower his confidence. It might lower his confidence. He might not know, because women aren't really expressive in the bedroom to begin with. So the first time he hears it, it might do something to his ego.
I think it's how you say it.
Yes, how you say.
Like if you come off like some weird
Like you
elementary
suck.
school teacher,
Yeah.
like lecturing some 5-year-old, like, yeah, that's probably not going to go over well. But
Yeah.
nothing you say in that voice will ever go over well.
Yeah.
Take out the garbage. Can we watch a different show?
Yeah.
Fuck you. It's not going to happen. If you're doing it like in the throes of passion, and you're like, you know, more of this, less of that, like.
Yeah. So how would you tell me I'm doing it wrong?
Oh my goodness!
How would you go about that?
Well, I wouldn't tell you.
No. I want to.
You need to say
be
it in the moment.
specific.
I
That's what
would
I'm
not
saying.
tell him in the
Yeah, that's what I'm
moment.
saying.
But that's what I'm saying. You got it in the moment. You just go with it and give the
No.
instruction.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
No,
Bubba's
I
ready to
wouldn't.
go. Look at it.
Y'all gotta stop making me do my real laugh live like this, man. The whole Orlando's gonna know how I laugh for real.
Hey, we're bringing the.
We're all about changing and improving the culture here, and this is a piece of it. This is a piece.
I would wait. I
Don't.
wouldn't tell you
I'm
in
tell-
the
I'm-
moment.
I'm telling you.
So what are you gonna do
But I'm
during
telling
a
you,
Netflix
don't
movie?
wait.
I mean, what over a text message? Like, what is
No,
your
it would
move?
be face to face, and I would say, you know, next time we do something, do you mind if I give you a little bit of direction? This is what I like. You know,
I'm telling you, that's
just-
worse.
That's worse. That's
worse?
way worse.
If
You
you're
don't-
worried
you
about a
don't
man's confidence,
understand
that's
us.
us. Yeah.
You don't understand us.
I don't. Maybe
No.
I don't.
No,
That's
for real.
probably why I'm
Honestly,
single.
the in the moment,
In the moment.
like
That's
don't
the
like
best.
take a time out and
No.
like, hey, hold on. No, like say it in the moment. Like this is what you
Why
want.
does it hurt
more
your
of this.
feelings?
It doesn't.
It's
hurt your feelings that way.
not. We're just saying it's going to be better. It's going to be better received in the moment, and then if you do it in the moment, he's going to like it's going to be enriched in his brain to know to
he's
do
more
that moving forward.
receptive.
Yeah,
But more upset, but also
Ah.
if he adjusts to what you asked, now he knows it's muscle memory.
yes.
If you have this,
Oh.
if you have this stale,
damn.
think about how we do shit.
Interesting. This
we
is
play sports.
interesting.
Yes.
You have to adjust in the moment.
Yes,
You have to
yes.
think so fly. So if you have this like conversation like a day or two later, like next time we do this, now he's thinking like, next time we do this. Like
Yeah.
I mean, when is that going to be?
Oh, I see.
Now, like
I
2 weeks from
see.
now.
Yes.
Do I
Yeah.
just need to find another fucking?
It gets
partner?
awkward.
Yeah, hell
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
You just picked up on
So
that?
in the moment.
Yes.
In the moment,
that's
it could be
time.
kind of kinky. Just
Yeah.
say, hey, do it like this. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it this way.
Yeah.
Oh, I like your girl voice there. Ah, that was cool.
I did. I was about to run. If I'm ever with a girl that speaks like that, I'm out.
Hey, Jimmy Green is watching. She says, hi, Eddie.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
How you doing?
You know her personally?
I don't know who
No,
Jimmy Green
no,
is.
no.
He's
Okay.
using a fake name.
It's not a guy.
It's a girl.
That's her real name?
It's,
Jimmy?
yeah, it's her business name. She sells, yes. So shout out to Jimmy Green. She sells plants and all types of pots and plants. She has a beautiful business. She's on IG. You can check her
She's
out.
been one
Okay.
of our sponsors, sort of.
You said she's on
Yes.
IG. Let me go follow her.
Yeah.
Well, could you do it after the show? We're here.
We won't forget to get you
Don't
Jimmy Green's
remind
IG.
me.
We're trying to be
Remind me.
professionals here.
That's right.
I forget everything.
Do you?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm a grad student.
That doesn't matter. Like,
Yes, it does. My brain is constantly going. Like, I'm thinking about the paper that's due Sunday already.
My mind's always going too. I don't forget stuff. That's important.
That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's true. All righty. Well, that was good. I like that.
so you're a grad student?
I am at UCF, and I'm getting my
UCF.
master's degree,
In what?
clinical social work.
Clinical social work. What's the
Yes.
difference between plain social work and clinical social work?
With clinical social work, you can actually diagnose the client and refer them to a psychiatrist where they can get medication.
Hey, you're
Yeah.
batshit crazy. You need to
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Okay.
Very lots of pressure.
Really?
You can only get 2 C's in the entire 3 years of the program. You get that
It's a
third.
3-year grad program?
It's a 3-year grad
The
program.
law school was 3 years. That was a long time.
Yeah.
They're preparing you for the pressure in the real.
Yeah. It gets intense. It gets
really?
intense. You know, sometimes a kid'll come in there and you look over their paperwork and it's like multiple personality disorders, sexual abuse. You know, like you're looking at the paperwork like, whoa. You know, when the kid comes in for counsel, and yeah, it can get, because you don't want to say the wrong. I think you have to be very selective with your words. You have to be very like hyper aware of their facial expressions, their body, you know, how they're looking, how they're moving, because anything that you say, even if it's you have good intention behind it, it could affect them, you know, especially if they're like suicidal or whatever, you
Yeah.
know. You
I'm
have
not
to
good with
choose your
suicidal people.
words carefully.
I'm kind of like, it might be a good idea for you.
Oh Lord.
What?
Pink. Oh God.
For real.
Oh God.
Jeez
You're
Louise.
kind of an asshole, and the rest of us will miss you.
Oh God. I can't. Oh Lord. I deal with kids, so maybe that's. I'm kind of tender
They can be assholes
when it
too.
comes with kids.
Nah, but tell me the truth though. I mean, you gotta see kids where you're like, this is just not gonna end well.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I've had the most thuggish of thug kids. Like within a month, they are like different people.
Really?
Yeah.
I find that amazing.
It is, and I think it's just the positive reinforcement, like coming into, like, we already know what to expect when they come in, so it's kind of like, hey, we see the facade that you're putting up, and we don't care, so you might as well just get comfortable.
A lot of times that's what it is. I used to work at Aspire, which is
Facade.
which was a
It's a facade. That's not who they really
a
are.
behavioral mental type of place. And we got a lot of those kids. I worked in the kids unit, and a lot of times that's what it is. But I
Yeah.
like it because at the time I liked it because it was like a challenge to like reach the kids to see what was the issue, the underlying issue there.
Okay.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Whether it's parents' issue or
Mhm.
whatever the case may be. Yeah.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I don't have the
It's
patience.
heavy. It's heavy.
You need- you definitely need
a
patience.
lot of
I have
patience.
the patience of a hand grenade when the pin is pulled. That's about
Your
where we're at.
honesty is amazing.
I don't know. That's just where it's at.
Once again, you guys are on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink. We have Eddi here and a Scooby, whatever you want to choose there. Don't forget we're on all, and I do mean all podcast streaming platforms. Please like, share, subscribe, all of that great stuff. Let's move to something else here. We can go to something fun, or we can go to something like let's just go here. Let's go here.
Why bother asking us?
Yeah, why bother? Why bother?
Just take us on a cruise, Bubba.
I wanted to talk about
Couples that dress alike.
they dressed and look alike. That's a sister and brother. That's what that is. That's a sister and brother who possibly may date each other. But listen,
We call that incest. Where I'm from. And in Alabama.
breakups on social media,
Oh,
right?
God.
I want to talk about
Okay?
No.
No, you're not.
from the front end to the back end.
Hey. All that around the world.
Because
Or a 3-hole special.
when you first meet someone and you guys start dating and you're seriously dating each other, is there a time you should post them on your social media? And then when it's time to break up, what do you do? Do you,
Well, or
do
what,
you feel
what
bad?
goes into the decision to say, I'm going to start posting this stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that posting, if I could be very transparent, I think it was very impulsive on my part because, in the early stages,
This
you
is a
don't
personal
know.
experience.
This is
'Cause
the
you
person-
just jumped in the middle of a
Yeah, you didn't give us the
memory
build-up.
there.
I was going to kind of give you a little lead in. By all means. Well, I know it is. Okay, so how long were you dating this person before you made the decision, the impulsive decision, to start
Posting.
posting?
It was definitely before 3 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Most,
was
most
after-
jobs have a 90-day
After 2
trial.
months. After 2 months, but definitely before the 3rd month.
60 to 90-day window.
Yeah.
Well, what was the impulse you operated under? What was going on?
I was excited.
Yeah?
I was excited.
You just threw it down and followed your instructions.
Oh
in bed
my
and you were
goodness.
ready to go.
I met I met a person and we just had so much in common. We just had a lot in common. It's like, you like that? I like that too. So the excitement of having, because it's hard for me to meet someone that I can vibe with on so many different levels. It's usually like 1 or 2 areas, but not like 9 or 10.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I was vibing with that person like on 9 or 10 different areas.
Right.
And the excitement was overwhelming. And I wanted to tell everyone that I am happy,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely impulsive. Moving forward, I would say wait a year.
A year?
A year.
A year moving forward.
Was this your first bad experience with that?
This is the first guy like I posted openly and like publicly, like constantly. So like the person I dated before him, I never exposed his face or his name.
Okay.
Yeah, the person so no, when we broke up, we just broke up because I never
Nobody knew.
revealed
Yeah,
who
yeah.
he was. Yeah.
Because that is one of the concerns, is that you're gonna have to deal with the back end. Like unless
Yeah.
you're gonna end up getting married and dying together in a
Yeah.
horrible plane crash,
Yeah.
then you're gonna have to deal with the breakup side.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that's on the front end, right?
Mm-hmm.
About your impulsive decision to do that. Now, what about on the
Now,
back end?
question.
Oh, go ahead.
Did you consult with any of your friends before you decided to?
I did not.
Because I was about to say, because
I
most
did not.
women would go against that. Yeah, would say, hey, don't do that. Yeah. So you didn't take this to the group chat.
No, I didn't take it to the group
Yeah,
chat.
you were
I
just
didn't.
out there Han Solo.
I was, YOLO.
Did you consult with him
Yeah,
first?
yeah.
Do you
And what
think
was
you
his
have to do that?
reaction?
Oh,
I think I have to do that.
Before
I
you
did.
post stuff on your platform.
Yeah, I think I have to do that.
Was he simultaneously posting stuff on
No,
his?
no, he's private person, but he
Okay.
didn't mind what I did on my page.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Okay.
solid.
And on the back end, as far as like what like you felt what it's stupid is such for lack of a better term. What did you feel like as far as you posted this guy and then now it's over? Like what was your feelings?
I wasn't embarrassed or anything because we did share like amazing experiences. And so I wasn't embarrassed, but I wanted to rip the Band-Aid off. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to kind of like nurse because I had like blatantly, brazenly put my entire relationship on social media. And so when it was over, I was like, well,
I applaud you.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sugarcoat. I'm not
No,
gonna
yeah.
like slowly delete pictures, slowly stop posting.
That's always the move.
You know, I was like, hey, look, guys, I was really happy, but it's over.
I read. I remember reading that post. And I was
Yeah,
like, oh, I
it's
get
over.
that.
Yeah,
Okay,
me
that's
too.
good. Yeah.
It's-
No, I have a lot of respect for that. I really do, because
Yeah.
the thing, or you go like social media dark for a period,
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
and then
yeah.
you
You just
kind of like come
disappear and
back,
then reemerge.
like all these other pictures are missing.
And you're like, everybody's like, so you're gonna explain? Like, if
Yeah.
if it was private, then there would be no need, obviously.
Right.
To,
Well, that's
but
why
I
it's
was
like it's.
blatantly out there.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right.
That's why I think there's so much weight in that decision, because it becomes a
edged sword.
double-edged sword, but like just two layers you got to deal with.
Yeah.
It's like when the relationship goes south, then you got to deal with whatever emotions you have related to that,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've also got to kind of clean up the social media piece.
Yeah.
And like, there's different ways to do it. I think you did it a great way. Like,
think so?
Much respect for you.
I do.
Yeah.
No,
you
yeah,
think
because
so
you
too?
cut it clean. Now,
Yeah.
did you block that guy?
I didn't block him. I unfriended.
Unfriended.
Him.
Okay.
Yeah, I did
okay,
unfriend
that's
him.
solid.
That's very
Yeah.
solid. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I didn't
think
block
that's,
him, though.
I think that's
No.
good though. That's good.
Yeah.
I think that's
I
really
think that's the
a
move.
healthy way to approach it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hats off to you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't think we've ever applauded a female guest.
No, we've had a couple tough
Oh
experiences
my
here.
God.
But you know, it's
Breaking new ground.
breaking new ground.
Got us acting all
Everybody
weird.
knows
here.
how I laugh now. Oh my God.
So,
You
got
got
us acting all weird here. Think Bubba's sweating.
You may need pictures, but we have a Vanessa and a Ebony on here commenting, saying hey and hi, and they're liking your stories here, so that's good.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So okay, going away from that part right there, as far as posting a picture, right?
Mhm.
What about the messy breakups on social media? Like, what do you think? Like, what do you think about that? Because some people get
that was
on.
a deep breath right there.
Well, because
If you start your relationship on social media, do you have to end it on social media? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you do. How do you not? Because if
But
you're,
you don't have to expose how messy it got though.
true.
Yeah,
Do you
can
owe the
do
people
it.
what happened?
I think so. If you put it out there
Yeah,
to
that's what I'm saying,
begin with,
To begin with.
I do think you owe the people, and you're putting on a show. You're putting on a show. You're sharing, but people are watching. So if you just don't even, like, I didn't say, like, what happened. I was just like, hey, it just didn't work out. And, for the most part, people respected that. I had a few in my inbox like, so what happened? And what's the rest of the story? And I just treated it like a person who died. Like, I just don't want to talk about it right now. I just don't want to talk about it right now.
I am working on a book, but
I'm
working on a book.
I'm healing.
I'm healing, yeah.
I'm healing right now. I don't want to talk about it.
no, that's good. But I think it's weird the other way when you do see somebody and they're like, relationship pictures, and then suddenly it just goes dry, and then whatever.
No explanation.
And it's like, all right, man, what the,
Because we are watching. We are
something
watching.
happened, man. Like, just,
Yeah, because I told you. I remember. I called you or text you, and I was like, I'm not gonna say her name, but Juan hit me, another friend of the show, and he's like, "Yo, so and so, you need to hit her up. She deleted all her pictures.
Yeah.
You know, and it was so random. Like, I don't even know how I know it's this person. Yeah, like, hey, he's like, it's time to hit up, man. She deleted all the pictures of her boyfriend and this and that. And she didn't like provide any like anything at all.
Yeah.
And so it was just weird. And you know, I didn't hit her up.
No.
If she was in Orlando, I probably would.
It's good. It's good to know
wave.
Juan's just out there, like looking out for.
Yeah, looking out for the homies, man.
Women.
Shout out to Juan looking out for the homie, man. Yeah. Shout out, man. No, that's good, man.
That is good.
Once again, you guys on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink. We're on all podcast streaming platforms. This is home of sports, music, and mayhem. Let's get to a little mayhem here. I wanted to have a little fun with this Kodak IG post. This is the 3-year anniversary of him going viral. And it came across everybody's feed, and it went to trending. It was like #2 trending on Twitter yesterday, even though it was 3 years ago. So let me play this here, and then we're going to listen and react afterwards. Where are you at? Okay, here you go.
Kodak. That's where it's at.
First of all, didn't offer me to go get nothing to eat, nothing. I've been traveling for 7 hours. First of all, you didn't offer me to go get nothing to eat, nothing. I've been traveling for 7 hours. First of all, no real nigga is not finna not get no bitch nothing to eat.
I told
And
you,
I'm
it's
not finna
barbecue.
give up no pussy for no flight.
It's barbecue in there.
No, I'm not eating no fucking leftover barbecue from yesterday. After you probably had a bitch over here already. No, that's not how you properly do this.
I got you on a properly flight
I don't give
with a
fuck.
properly driver.
All niggas want to book me a flight. Okay.
So
like,
what?
who
All
cares?
bitches wanna drop that neck. I don't wanna mention that though.
Okay, why don't you fucking fly them out then? The fuck?
That's
'Cause
exactly what I'm
this not the
finna do.
one.
I should have told your
Do it.
poor ass that on the phone before you
Watch
came.
your motherfucking
Yeah, I
mouth.
should have told
I
your
don't
broke
know who
ass.
the
I love everything about that.
It's raw.
It's
Okay.
just facts on every level.
Yeah.
What type of bitch travels 7 hours without feeding herself? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
She's doing the bullshit move where I'm going to fucking hold my appetite and unload on your dime. And here goes further. What bitch is ever good in the sack on a full stomach? Tell me.
I don't know, man.
I mean, if you line up, Scooby's best performances, I'm sure it's not right after Big Meal.
But
But how do you accept an invitation for a flight?
yes.
Never.
Starve yourself for 7 hours.
Yes.
And then have a sense of entitlement.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It's crazy.
Eat the barbecue and let's go.
Yeah. It's like it's this barbecue in the house,
Yeah.
man. What is wrong with you?
I don't care how cool I am with a guy. I will turn down an invitation to get flued out every time.
Really?
Why?
Don't you like
You don't know
exotic
why?
locations?
I don't know why.
Because it's about sex. It's
What-
not
what
Sex
about
is fun.
What other
It's
interaction
not-
with the man is...
exactly.
Oh.
So I don't want
Every
to-
interaction with the man
It's
is
about sex.
about sex. So
That's fine, and that's fine.
so why not
But-
get flued out as well on top of like that's like a bonus, right? But the problem here is not that. The problem is her wanting every single thing done for her on this trip. This is not what this is, ma'am. I flew you out, and I don't know if you caught the small piece in here. He got her a fucking driver. Like she didn't like a driver. Like she's not a fucking Uber X or
Yeah.
whatever. I flew a driver and a flight there and
We
back.
gotta drop off a few people on the way to Kodak.
And a flight there and back. Future, you remember the small
yeah,
clip
yeah,
we had
yeah.
of Future a couple
Yeah.
months ago? He flew a girl out. She didn't want to have sex, so similar to Scooby here. But Future does a thing to where when he flies women out, he does one way in, one way out. Kodak did the
two-way flight.
the
round
two-way
trip.
flight round
Yeah.
trip. Future does the one way in, one way. So if you come and you're on that bullshit like she was, or to him, he just didn't buy her a flight bag, didn't get in a taxi,
You're on
Uber
your
money,
own.
anything. You're on your own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Way in Cali. He was in Cali and she was from the East Coast.
Well, I mean, seriously, on the flown out thing, you know what the deal is.
you know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you accept it and you said you want to accept
If
it,
you
but if
accept
you do
it-
accept it, you You gotta know what's going on.
Yeah, 100%.
At our big age.
Yeah.
At our big age, you gotta know what's up if a guy is willing to fly you out anywhere
Yeah.
and spend that money like a plane ticket, especially, you know, I just helped my stepdad get a ticket to Dallas. It was like $270 one way.
You couldn't find a lady to fly him out?
Mama, don't watch.
Mama, don't watch.
Don't watch this.
Come on, Scoopy. Give me a heads up.
But yeah, like you gotta know what's up. You know, I've you know gotten lots of invitation, and I'm always like, no, thank you. That's sweet of you. No,
That's
thank
sweet
you.
of you.
That's no. I always try to be polite.
I
always try to be
guess
polite.
that counts for something.
Even when they're like definitely giving off sneaky link vibes, like, oh, you're willing to give me the D? That's nice. How sweet. No, thank you. I'm always polite. I'm always very polite.
No, that is.
Ebony's
very
like, you
funny,
should have
though.
gotten her food. Ebony, there was barbecue chicken in the fridge.
Yeah, like. Who's gonna say no to good barbecue?
It's cold.
And I think if she put in a good performance, he would have been happy to get some fresh barbecue.
Yeah, I'm sure. And if not, it's still fucking barbecue.
It all sounds pretty gross to me.
I don't like barbecue myself.
And you don't have
Talk
any
about the
money
barbecue.
to go to the store and just get you something to eat. You don't have any.
But I
you come
cannot-
out there with any
I
fucking money.
cannot fathom traveling for 7 hours and not eating.
Yeah.
Like, what? I mean, who's going to arrive at somebody's doorstep starving?
Yeah.
Like, that makes no sense.
Absolutely no sense.
Just don't accept the invitation, ladies.
No, just
If
feed
you're-
yourself on the way
When
there.
I'm going to cookouts,
Know that
I
it's
eat
all
before
about
the
sex.
cookout. I eat before I get to a cookout. Just because I know black people, the food might not be ready at 8 o'clock at night. Like, anything can fucking happen. I don't want to arrive there starving. I'm not going to rush the old black lady in the kitchen. That's not what I'm going to fucking do. So I eat
You don't
before I
rush
go
the
to-
greens. You don't
rush the greens,
We
man.
don't do
I
that.
don't eat the greens.
Oh, man. That's terrible.
No fruits, no vegetables, man.
You got to eat
What?
the collard greens, man.
Yeah.
You don't eat any fruits or vegetables?
No.
I bet your insides smell terrible.
That's why I let him out a couple times.
Oh my god.
Oh, my God.
Whoa. I bet you stink really bad, man. Oh, yikes.
Steak rice with pig. Oh, that's
That's
good.
crazy, man. That is crazy. Alrighty.
You might be right.
Once again, you guys are on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink. There goes our second sponsor here, Royal13thebrand.com. Use promo code bubbapink. That's for all of our sponsors. Promo code bubbapink. You get a discount. We are now in the fall season. Royal 13 the brand has updated their website and their clothing till we are now in the fall. Be fly for the fall going into the winter. Royal13thebrand.com can do that for you. Use promo code bubbapink for your discount. Alrighty here. I think let's go. What is it here? We can go Kyrie or we can go start a bench with Coach Pink. Now I'll give you a
Whatever your
decision.
choice is.
Whatever
Let's
my
Scooby
choice is.
choice.
Let's do Kyrie, just because I don't know like much about it. I know there's a lot of uproar. Something about, I'm scared to even say, I don't want to get canceled.
Is that what this is about? People getting canceled, huh?
Yeah, you gotta be careful where you're, because I think
Hey, what's on the commissioner's jacket there? Is that the Star of David?
It may be.
probably,
He is.
Probably.
He is a Jewish man there.
yeah.
Indeed he is.
Yeah. So, go ahead. Oh, you
I
can-
just think, you know,
Vanessa
I don't
Lewis,
know
Look
in
at this.
what.
Why didn't she eat on the plane? Vanessa, I love you.
Yeah,
We're on the same
that's
page.
what we want to know.
Yeah.
Sheila Lewis. Is that Chris? Is that your mom? That's his mom's name. Shout out to our editor. If our editor has his mom watching, then he's really doing his job. He's going over and beyond.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
That's what we're all about here.
Yes, going over and beyond.
All right. Yes. So the whole Kyrie Irving situation has been going on. We actually had an opportunity to talk about it last week, and I skipped over it just because I didn't think it was gonna like blow up like this. And the newest update is he has finally met with Adam today. Adam said the commissioner of the NBA. They finally met today. And what the outcome is that Adam says Kyrie, basically from the meeting, is going to do what he can to get back with the Brooklyn Nets as soon as possible, which means he's going to go out and meet those 6.
That's, to me, that's
objectives.
the interesting question.
Yeah.
Because the 6 criteria, to me, are over the top.
So
Yeah.
that's real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very
That meme that's floating around saying everything he has to do
Yeah.
to uncancel himself and keep his job?
Well, that's okay. So there's a lot of levels at work here. So, just a thumbnail recatch. He posts retweets.
Yeah.
Basically, the cover photo of a documentary called what, Hebrews to Jews.
Yeah.
Okay, which is, I guess, controversial, but it's plainly available on Amazon.
Yes.
He does not offer any comments with the retweet.
No.
And then all hell breaks loose.
All hell.
And he's suspended by the team.
Wait a minute. This movie is on Amazon?
Yeah.
Yes.
So nobody's canceling Amazon.
Correct.
But they're canceling.
Correct.
Interesting.
So the hypocrisy of this is absurd. But so then he gets suspended by the team. The commissioner does indicate that he wants to meet with him in person. And then prior to this meeting, from the net side of things, there's a 6-point rehabilitation pathway that's outlined. And I don't have the 6 points in front of me.
I have them.
But they are just over the top and absurd.
Yeah.
And he's already sort of offered to donate money. He's already, kind of expressed some remorse or what have you. And this thing is hanging over his head. So he meets with the commissioner, like you said, and it was described as a productive meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is, though, are the Nets going to adjust those 6 things and kind of meet halfway and make this work? Or are they going to stand on those things? Because if they stand on them, I really think it's over the top to the extent of being just humiliating and dehumanizing. It's just nonsensical stuff. And I think that all of this has gone like way too far. We're not talking about a person who, like, literally of their own words and thoughts, like, said something scandalous. They basically retweeted a movie available on Amazon, which if it's on Amazon, it's available to the planet at this point.
Yeah, especially
Was there any caption with it?
No, that's
No
what I said. He
caption.
added
Just
nothing
retweet
to
it.
it.
He added nothing to
retweeted
it.
it.
So and the thing is, there also with that is, once he retweeted it, the thing is like, I'm not a Kyrie fan on the court or particularly off either. But he just didn't do anything wrong, as Pink is outlining here. Just didn't do anything technically wrong. But there's a couple of things that is going on at the same time, because if Kanye West never has his whole thing, this is not even a thing at all. Like, Kanye created this environment to where we're just over. I don't know the word I'm looking for here, but it's a very touchy-feely environment we are in now.
It's
with
highly
anti-Semitic.
sensitized.
Yeah, yes, highly
because
sensitized.
of what Kyrie's done over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Him getting canceled, business relationships severed.
Yes.
You also have a game plan for how to react to this.
Yes.
And in walks tone-deaf Kyrie.
Yeah.
And that's really...
Yeah, it's really what it
like,
is, yeah.
It's just an idiotic move.
Yeah.
And it's like... And the other analogy that I think is apt is Brittney Griner.
Yeah.
Who, like, walks in with her weed to the moment that the Russians are going to invade the Ukraine.
Yes.
And just walks into a politicized situation as like, here, fuck me with no lube.
Right. Like, in the
That's a good point.
grand scheme of things, like, yeah, these people didn't do anything incredibly wrong.
No.
But, like, there has to be some type of onus on them. Like, hey, man, do you see what the fuck is going on around
Yeah.
you? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
like, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So, I'm not particularly, and this is another thing. Kyrie is not, he's not this martyr that the black people are making him out to be on social media. That's just not Kyrie Irving. He's not somebody that should be celebrated and followed. Like, saying that he has a bad plight is one thing, and that the NBA Nets are they're sort of using him as an example, and they're doing too much, and they're making him do too much, and being whatever dehumanized and all of that stuff is correct and true and honest. But he's not a person that the black Twitter, as they like to say, and the black social media is making him out to be. Kyrie is a person that, as soon as he retweeted that, and then in the press conference, he has a term that I love that he says. He was like, "How can I be anti-Semitic? If I know where I'm from and who I am, how can I be anti-Semitic?" I love when he said that because that's the quote he gave in the media. But as soon as Adam came out, it was like, well, in the Nets, like 5-game suspension. I apologize. I was wrong. I did like it came out like as soon as
it's $500K.
Like 10 minutes didn't even pass by, and he's already apologizing. Like he's not like people in that situation. Like Kanye was willing, whether you think he's wrong or right, and all this and that. That's for another day, another conversation. But my point is that he was willing to lose all of his partnerships, he was willing to do that for his cause that he believed in. Kyrie was like, literally, you could just see he's not. He looks like he's going to go through these thick things. And I'm not blaming him or causing him. I'm from Eatonville, Florida. I'm doing anything for the fucking check. Yeah, I'm fucking apologizing too. I'm not, so I'm, do what you need to do, you know what I mean, for your money. But I'm just saying, those are two different cases. And I just don't believe he should be made out to be this martyr or somebody that you should follow, as black social media is making him out to be.
And I think that there's like a weird level to this too, that like the ostensible punishment for this becomes disproportionate for what he did, and that almost makes a martyr. Mm-hmm. And I find that terribly troubling. Mm-hmm. It's just idiotic. Like I think that things deserve to be proportional.
Yeah.
And that's the root of accountability, and accountability is what we need and what we want. But if you're going to over-punish things, it makes no sense, and you lose credibility on your end, and you make martyrs of people that don't deserve to be martyrs.
Yeah.
He's really not worthy of that.
Yeah.
But it becomes like everyone's being an idiot. Like, he's tone deaf when he makes the tweet. They're overreacting in punishing him and now making him a pseudo martyr. It's just all messy, man.
You remember when Riley Cooper of the Eagles, he was out there in at a concert,
dropping the N-word.
Yeah, I mean, and he got into an argument with a group of black people, and it was filmed, it was put out, like the video was put out and everything. This is not something that was silent or anything. They put it out. He was like, "You nigger," like it was the hard ER, and he was screaming to the top of his lungs. He didn't have to go meet with Barack Obama and the 6 councils of the Black Constitution and all of that crazy shit that they're making Kyrie do. Look at some of the stuff they're making Kyrie do. They're making him, they say, look, meet with representatives from the Anti-Defamation League as well as Jewish community leaders in Brooklyn. After completing 1 through 5, meet with owner Joe and lead franchise officials to demonstrate the lessons learned. Complete sensitivity training created by the Nets. Complete anti-Semitic, anti-hate training designed by the Nets. Like when other people do, they don't make them go through this fucking foolishness. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, especially when he didn't literally say anything out of his mouth.
Right.
And then to go to the fucking documentary that he did retweet, there was nothing. What Kanye said was worse than what's in that documentary, and I don't think Kanye directly said anything that's incredibly like bad or wrong. He was just highlighting things, right? So in the documentary, it's just this fucking guy, and all he's doing is offering up information, and literally he says this like 100 times. He'll make comments like, this is up for you. This is up, for you to believe, or what do you think? And I'm just here offering up the information. Like, he says different things like that throughout the entire documentary. He's not making any definitive statements. He's just really like, it's like a person who read Google and watched YouTube videos and made his own YouTube video. That's really what it is.
And I really feel like, that Kyrie is kind of like a faux intellectual in his own mind.
Yeah.
And I think that he's particularly susceptible to that sort of stuff. And I think that he tries to learn things and look into things and might not completely vet the stuff that he does. And in my mind, he did this relatively honestly. I think he probably watched the thing, looked at some of the content, the questions raised by it, was probably intrigued on some level, and literally probably was sitting there thinking, hey, more people should look at this, and what do they think?
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, if you really look at his personality, his likely psychology to releasing that, that's most likely what happened.
Yeah.
Does that warrant a ton of punishment?
Yeah.
Hell no. It's completely disproportionate. Does it maybe deserve an explanation? Hey, do you realize everything that's in there? That, when you tweet it from your platform, it seems like an endorsement? Fine, answer those questions.
Yeah,
That's fair.
That's fair.
And maybe have a meeting with the commissioner, who, to my understanding, is Jewish as well. And maybe he's going to give a perspective and say, hey, here's why I think this thing's, dangerous to just kind of ostensibly promote. You want to look at it, watch it, read it, do some thinking on your own, cross-check some things. We all have the right to do that. But when you, as an NBA player with X amount of followers, retweet this, it's different than, somebody else doing it.
And for anyone watching, because what's been happening lately when we post these clips, a lot of people come in these comment sections, and I don't know if you watch me, but I'm always commenting back because they come at us pretty hard. So I had to make sure I clarify everything I say now. One of the biggest drawback from that documentary is that guy questioning if the Holocaust ever happened, and I know that triggered a lot of people as well. And so he did do that. You know what I mean? And I don't have any, inkling, clue, or comment about that at all.
Well, I'm quite confident the Holocaust happened.
Right.
I'm comfortable in saying that.
He was offering, information and all of this, questioning that. So that's one of the major things that was in there for sure. For anyone that didn't watch it and don't plan to. Yeah. I don't know. You think this is his last dribble? I thought
His last dribble.
I thought I had a small, medium feeling that Kyrie may not even do these 6 things, and that might be the last time we saw Kyrie play an NBA game.
He is a different guy, and I think I've looked at Kyrie as a basketball artist.
Yeah.
His creativity on the floor is next level stuff, but he is more an artist than a basketball player, more an artist than a basketball killer.
Yeah.
And his desire to play, desire to win championships, I legitimately question. I think there's a joy in playing that he experiences, but I don't know that he's fully invested in team building, being face of franchise, gutting out what it takes to win. He has won. He's won Game 7. He's won a title. And in his mind, I think he checked the box and doesn't feel he needs to do it again.
Yeah.
I just think that's the way he's wired. So that's a different mentality, and I would not want him as the best 1 or 2 players on my team. But I think he'll play again, and I think the commissioner kind of did what he could to leave that open.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know how hard he came down on Kyrie face-to-face or whatever, but I do think that this sort of bolsters his reputation as being sort of a pro player, pro game commissioner.
What a shit show the Nets had to
Yeah. And they apparently had to take a pass on Ime now because there's too much heat to this.
Yeah.
And now they hire Jacques Vaughn, who probably couldn't coach at the YMCA U6.
They had some influential leader or something strongly advised hiring Ime for their team. Did you saw that?
No, wait, what was that?
I have to look up the guy's name, but it was some guy who's like he's powerful. He strongly advised him not hiring
To
Ime.
not hire.
To not hire.
Okay, I had
And
heard
that's what
that there was some strong pushback to not bringing him in.
Yeah, that's what
But
it was.
the crazy thing is, I think he's uniquely suited to coach this Brooklyn team.
I think it would do well, but I mean, he doesn't have much to work with. Just a year ago, we were saying how the Nets were, fuck it, I don't see how they could be stopped. They're unfucking stoppable. That was just literally a year ago, and now it's like, what the hell, man?
They're just a dysfunctional mess.
They're bringing Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is a bench player now.
Yeah.
His minutes have decreased from like 30 to like 16.
That's crazy.
Luka Doncic dropped him on the floor. Did
Yeah.
you see that?
Yes, I did.
The Knicks are just. I
know
mean,
you took
Durant.
special pleasure in that.
Durant is. Gosh. It was almost close to like me coming.
Did you just get that?
But yeah, man. You You guys are on the bench on the bench podcast with Bubba.
Kind of glad we didn't have a video of that game. You the uncomfortable viewing.
Oh, my sports music.
I'm gonna upload this to Pornhub later.
What the fuck is this? This guy.
You could have gone viral on Pornhub. That would have been huge.
It would have been.
What category would they put that under, you think?
No.
You don't know?
No.
You're not a Pornhub girl?
No.
What are you, more XXX?
What's your thing?
I need a napkin.
You're more into home videos?
No, I'm not into anything. I've never had sex in my life.
Stop it. Scooby the Stallion over here.
Scooby the Stallion.
Whatever.
Scooby the Stallion.
Just lean into that stuff. It works.
Lean into it?
Yeah.
I don't know how to lean into anything.
Oh, I'm sure that's nice.
That's a whole nother version of me.
We're asking for the whole thing here.
No. You gotta be mysterious. Orlando's too small.
You have to be mysterious.
Yes, you do.
How does that benefit anybody?
It benefits me.
How?
Because I... You're like waiting.
We're waiting for the next line.
Being mysterious when you don't put everything out there to begin with, it piques curiosity.
Have you ever had somebody say, hey, I really wasn't going to fuck with you, but then I thought you were mysterious, and so I did?
They didn't say it, but if they continue to come back without me doing anything, then they're very curious.
I don't think it has anything to do with mysterious.
You don't?
No.
What, like they actually like me in the first couple of weeks?
Yeah, they might
You
like
think
you.
men actually like women and pursue them and court them in the first couple of weeks? Or is
If
it
there's the
that
hope of-
they're trying to
if
have
there's-
sex
yeah,
and
if there's
during
the hope
them
of pussy,
trying
yeah.
to have sex, they're like, oh, she actually has a great personality.
Yeah.
I think that's what usually happens.
Yeah, but that mystery doesn't play a role in any of that.
You don't think so?
No.
I
not
think
at
so.
all. How? I don't explain it.
Because the initial thing is not trying to get into a relationship. It's trying to get into her pants. And during the process of trying to get into her pants, the guy realizes, hey, I actually like this girl. She's all right.
Because you're mysterious?
Not because you're mysterious, but because he's curious. The mystery keeps him curious.
The mystery is what's in your pants. And then, like, from there, like, they may like you, they may not like you.
Yeah.
I don't know that being mysterious helps that.
Well, I don't know. Maybe not for other women, but it definitely...
Really?
Yeah, not being able to figure me out, that works for me.
Okay.
It does.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think
It was okay. When you started out, I was,
You're intrigued?
It's not a terrible point. It's
No.
not.
I
It's
just
not the
don't
worst
think
thing I've
I'm
ever
not
heard.
for everybody. I definitely get rejected.
No,
a lot.
No,
I'm
it's
saying
not that.
whether you're
Listen.
wrong or right. That's what I'm thinking. Like, is it the way men operate? That's what
I don't
what I'm
think it's
thinking
the
of.
way men operate.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that a man sees you and they're potentially physically attracted to you, or maybe they talk to you and you project a good vibe. Mystery's not a part of that.
You don't think so?
No. I don't think so at all.
I don't know.
And either if you're if a person's attracted to you, they want to get to the end game. And I mean, and then it depends.
I'm not necessarily like a hypersexual character either. So it's like I'm
Like
kind of
Bubba?
modest, like Bubba. I'm kind of modest, right? I
Yeah.
don't really show a lot of skin, and that's just like me. Like when
But you don't have to
But-
show a lot of skin to be attractive.
No, that's true too. But what I'm saying is, I don't have like a hypersexual vibe about myself for men to like be instantly like I don't show my figure off a lot.
Okay.
So like for me, the mystery is like a subtle seduction for me.
For you.
For me, it works. It works because it piques curiosity. Like, what do you look like? What do you? Yeah,
That's always the
thought.
question. I mean, I walk through them all, and that's the question I'm asking.
If you're interested in a woman and she sort of prolongs that, but What is it about a woman that keeps you going that you haven't had sex with? What keeps you pursuing her?
Opportunity.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
What if it's been like 6 weeks? You're gonna continue to pursue her?
No, it'd probably tail off.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's not going anywhere.
If it's not going, well,
Yeah.
what if she's interested but she's not giving you like, hey,
Where's
I'm
it
ready.
depends on the progression.
Yeah, there's got to be a progression.
There has to be a progression.
Otherwise, you apply effort elsewhere.
Yeah. We can't be with the grandma hugs at 6 weeks. Has to be some level of progression. Like, you're not having sex, That's understandable. But, I mean, head at 6 weeks. I mean, have to do penetration.
Yeah.
For real.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, different strokes for different folks. Yeah.
I know. I think I would just my assessment. And I don't say this insultingly, but I think that the mysteriousness that you're speaking to is almost like more for your benefit and more in terms of how you're going to play out a potentially sexual dynamic.
No, I trust. I get rejected.
Well, it's
a
not
lot.
about being rejected or not being rejected. It's I think a lot of women are like some women are just DTF ready to go, but the women that don't fall into that category, they want to find some way to kind of vet out the people. And perhaps your play card is the mysterious thing where you kind of play this out and gauge, is this person still interested? Are they willing to chase and willing to follow through?
Maybe
or
not willing to chase, but just it's a certain level of consistency and bonding that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
That doesn't scream because, I'm human too, so eventually yes, but
The floodgates have to open.
there's a process that leads up to that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like women who are not automatically DTF, they need a process. Whatever that process is for them, that process makes them feel okay. It makes them feel that they're bonded to the person, or the person is, however you want to characterize that. We don't.
No,
So it's for
here
your
go.
benefit.
Black,
Not ours.
Black commented. He says, "It's always fun to hear what women think men want. A guy will wait it out solely for the conquest
And
of what's in your pants."
I've
That's what
heard.
he said.
He added the last part of this.
No. I had a friend of mine tell me about his friend, and he said he had a friend that would the chase was exciting. It was thrilling, but once he got it, he would quit the girl cold turkey.
Yeah,
And he had a friend, and he was just like, once he got it,
I've done that.
it was over.
If you make me go through too many loops.
Once he got it, it was over. And it wasn't like just one girl or two girls. It was every girl.
No, some people are.
That may be his thing. Yeah,
But you look at it as like the conquest thing is like real.
Yeah.
'Cause
No, it is.
You may
It
meet
is.
somebody in a setting, and whatever, they're intriguing or something like that, or there's an interest, but it's not like a clear, like, obvious, I have to have that person type of thing, and you'll just play that out. You'll talk to them, maybe flirt a little bit, and just kind of see where it goes. But it's like, it's not the only thing you're doing per se.
Yeah. I guess for some women, it's scary because you don't want to rack up bodies. Men obviously do not care.
Why are you looking at me?
I was looking at the both of you.
seem to fall a bit heavier on Bubba.
Men obviously do not care, but there are a lot of women who try to preserve themselves, because
Don't
we
they,
have an emotional attachment to sex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought they had vaginal rejuvenation procedures available.
Oh, well, that's different.
Ebony says, "This is why you should just stick to toys."
Ebony, I don't know.
Ebony on an island there. The island
Ebony,
of
we'll talk off the air, okay? My mom might be watching.
Maybe she. But let's you're on the bench podcast, Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem.
Scooby's mom's gonna be posting it. I'm so proud of my mysterious daughter.
Let's go to a staple of the show. Start a bench with Coach Pink.
Yeah.
This is where we give Pink a minute to talk about the trending topics that's happening in sports, music, and entertainment. Then after he's done, Scooby, you and I will kind of judge his comments there.
Okay.
So pay attention. Don't be over there texting people.
I'm not texting
Oh,
anybody.
okay. All right.
All right, so I'm going to give him a topic. He's going to say start a bench, and then we'll go. So let's start here. Let's start light. Let's go Halloween. Start a bench.
Oh, we just survived Halloween. We'll start it. Why not?
All right, let me get the clock ready here. So,
Bubba never gets a clock ready in advance.
it's a lot you have to do here, man. I don't have an iPhone. I need to invest.
You don't have an iPhone?
No, prehistoric Bubba.
So,
Let me not judge.
in Detroit, Halloween was canceled for all kids in one neighborhood in Detroit because there was a cockroach invasion. All right, so cockroach invasion stopped an entire neighborhood from being able to participate in Halloween because they feared that the cockroaches would get inside of the candy and all of that stuff, man. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, how big is a cockroach invasion? Like to cancel Halloween, that's like, are we talking like thousands and thousands of cockroaches?
It was a
No.
I
citywide
don't
mandate.
know.
Goodness.
I mean, that's creepy, but at the end of the day, I mean, modern day Halloween, you can go to the local mall, you can go to like, all sorts of different options, go to another neighborhood. Like, don't be stopped, man. If you want candy, go get it. Show a little fortitude, man. Cockroaches ain't stopping me. Didn't stop me from eating in my college apartment.
Time. Kanye West, start a bench.
Oh, could be his last start. We're getting a little tired of him.
In his most recent comments there, Kanye says that he has committed to a 30-day cleanse from alcohol, adult films, porn for Scooby here, and intercourse. 30-day cleanse. Start a bench.
Well, you already started.
Does Pink would Pink invest in a 30-day cleanse?
No.
That was so
I
fast.
don't understand. I don't understand cleansing. I literally don't understand that. It's just like, what is the fucking point? You're gonna have some moment of clarity 30 days from now because you
Yes.
didn't drop any loads?
Yes.
Come on. My machinery operates better when I'm dropping loads.
We should save it for later, but really quick since you're done. There was Seinfeld is my favorite show of all time. George one time did one of these cleanses, but not on purpose. He just couldn't get any women. And
That's called a dry spell.
he noticed that he started getting so much smarter and smarter after this cleanse of no sex and no alcohol and everything. And he finally met a woman, and he had to decide whether he wanted to sleep with this woman or continue to be smart. And he ended up choosing sex, and he went back to regular old George. But,
Everybody's got to be who they are.
Alrighty. You kind of talked about it. So Brittney Griner started bench.
I guess we'll just finish up on that.
Yeah, so there's the news that came out today about Brittney is that she has been moved to a different facility. They're calling it a rush.
Penal colony.
Yeah, penal colony, whatever that means. And her location is unknown. Her family doesn't know. Nobody in the U.S. knows the things of that nature. So,
Yeah.
So go.
I mean, like, I think Australia was started as the original penal colony. They basically just put all their criminals somewhere, and they just have to, I don't know, fend for themselves, do work, or do something like that. So, I mean, it's probably not ideal. You probably have to do some dumb shit if you're in a penal colony versus in a jail. But there's a procedure. Apparently, her legal team, they mail the location or something. It'll take a couple weeks to get. And that's that.
So, you had something else?
No. I mean, it can't be. I mean, it's obviously not. It's an unsettling thing for friends and family, but I mean, I don't know that it materially changes her situation.
Just because this is my first time hearing of that. So what you're saying? The penal colony. This is just a location, a city, or a building, or what?
Well, it's not a prison, so it's got to be some sort of. I would suggest it's probably something more like a work camp or something that, where you're not in the confines of something that's defined as a prison, and maybe you have some functions to like a job or something to do, or maybe they use you to like do random shit like build highways or something.
All right. Police, start a bench.
F the police all day, every day, so I'm going to bench him.
All right. Video game, start a bench.
I think I heard this. This is kind of weird, but go ahead. Start this.
Yeah, so there's a new virtual reality game designed to where if you die in the game, you die in real life.
Who's going to use this? Like, I mean, I saw this. Like, this just doesn't make sense. And then, like, you can legally do this?
Yeah.
Like, can you? I mean, that still seems to be a question. Like, I mean, I don't know. As an attorney, I feel like there's just going to be a lot of litigation on this. Like, what type of release do you sign to play this game? Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess the best argument is it's essentially sort of an open and obvious situation. We're telling you that if you lose it, die in the game, you're going to die in real life. And you're choosing to play.
Yeah.
You're assuming the risk. It's your problem.
Yeah.
But that just seems absurd. But what's the manner of death? I guess I'm more intrigued by that.
Yeah, I guess so. You would have to play to find out.
I can watch something. I have a lot of people I'd love to watch that.
Is Trump one of them?
Oh, God. Yeah, pretty much anybody that voted Republican.
That's time, man. Time. Alrighty. Luka, start a bench.
Oh, we'll go with start Luka.
Luka has been on a tear this year, man.
Yes.
Luka is he's averaging 36-8 and basically 36-8 and 9. These are his last 5 games, but even the 5 games prior,
Look the same.
31, 10, and 16, 44, 5 and 3 on 65% field goal percentage. 33, 11 and 5, 35, 6 and 6, 8 rebounds, all of that stuff, man.
We said a few weeks ago that he's the MVP favorite. Like, I figured this was what he was going to do. I mean, not
But this is
to the, I mean, not to the exact point or whatever. But why wouldn't he do this? Like if you really look at it, if he's healthy
Yeah.
and he's fit, which he is, like that entire team
It's built
operates
around him.
through him. It's built around him. We've talked about they haven't added a second superstar that's going to demand touches or share the load. He is his own offensive ecosystem, and the numbers are just going to pile up.
Really quick, since we're at the halfway part, Chris Broussard, a known analyst, he says that Luka is off to have a better start. He's training to have a better. He's training to have a better career than Kevin Durant. Already.
Fair.
Yeah.
Statistic, I mean, like numbers-wise, I think the numbers will be better right now.
And his basis around it is he thinks Luka is going to lead his own team to a championship, what Kevin Durant had to tell on.
Well, and that's where you go. I mean, like, if you base it off of pure statistical measures,
yeah.
Luka's probably ahead at this stage. And there's nothing about him that suggests it's going to stop anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he does, because he's a higher usage player, a lot of, like, assist figures and stuff like that are
Gonna be
going to
higher.
crush what KD does. And then the next step of analysis is team accomplishments. And KD's never going to get full credit for the Warrior titles, and I think rightly so. And he's damaging his legacy by every year he's not been on the Warriors.
Time. All righty.
Right on time.
That was really good.
Kyrie again, start a bench.
Oh, yeah, have we not done enough? All right, I guess we'll try and get blood from a stone.
So there has been a report that was released yesterday saying that Kyrie reportedly blew off Steve Nash, the coach who just got fired for the Brooklyn Nets. He reportedly blew off Nash's play calls 10 times in one game. NBA Scout says, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Nash would call something, and he'd run the opposite. I've never seen anything like that in my career.
Sometimes in life, people tell you what they think, and Kyrie literally said, we don't need a coach. I mean, early in his Nets tenure.
Yeah.
And then he simply played that way. I mean, this is amusing, but it's not surprising. And again, it's one of those things, too. How many times has LeBron gone off script? How many times has Steph Curry gone off script? I mean, there's a certain license that great players have, and you kind of earn it by being a great player. But this is not something that is shocking. But the big takeaway, Steve Nash was fired because that team didn't care about it.
Right.
And obviously, if you're consistently not running stuff that he's calling, if you have anything as a coach, you have to have respect and credibility. And if you don't have that, you don't need to coach.
Alrighty. The one that we did miss, that you benched, was the police.
Yeah.
And basically, all that was a woman was charged with assault after allegedly releasing a swarm of bees on the police. And get this, they were coming to evict her to get her out the house. She had been passed the eviction notice and everything, and that's when they sent the police. And she sent a swarm of bees.
Was she like a bee collector?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Eddie, Scooby, we have
throw a bag of dicks at him. As evidenced by y'all's laughter.
So Scooby, this is what we have here. Remember, we had the Brittney Griner, we had the Kanye West, the clans, we got the cockroaches, we got the video game where it's decided to die. Then we have the two basketball, Kyrie and Luka. What do you remember and what do you think
You strongly
about his?
disagree with anything I
Yeah.
said? Are we in full agreement across the board? Where are we?
Yeah.
Well, I think the comment about letting cockroaches stop your Halloween, I would have to fully agree with you there.
Okay.
Like, if you want candy, go over to the next neighborhood or go to the mall. Like, you got to cancel your whole Halloween for a couple. Well, I mean, if they shut down the whole neighborhood, it's more than just a couple roaches, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
but I mean,
you
like,
can-
what are we teaching our kids? You gotta set goals and go after them. And if you want candy, like, go get it.
No, I feel that because I'm an
Yeah.
extremely motivated
Yeah.
person. Like, once my mind is set on
I haven't noticed, but
obtaining,
it's okay.
well, I'm talking about like money and a degree.
Oh,
I'm not talking
money
about
and a
what you're
degree.
thinking about.
No, I was talking in general.
Were you?
I wasn't talking about this.
Yes, you were.
I was not. Lies. Slander.
But yeah, I
Absolute
think
scandal.
I definitely agree with you. Like, you shouldn't let a few cockroaches or a
few
thousand
thousand cockroaches.
or a few thousand cockroaches stop
I'm
you from.
getting
If
this
candy
candy.
is what you want,
That's right.
you go over to the next neighborhood. Just
Make it happen.
take a shower first. Make sure nothing jumped on you.
Yeah.
And you don't bring the cockroaches with you to the next neighborhood and go get you
I
some
mean,
candy.
think about it. If your neighborhood's that infested with cockroaches, like, should you even be staying there? Like, is it having a bag of candy is going to make it so much worse?
Right.
They're probably
Yeah.
crawling on your face when you're sleeping.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Black says, and shout out to Black because he actually inspired the Start a Bitch by Pink segment.
There you go.
But he says that you're tripping. Luka is a stat stuffer. KD led a team to a championship twice, so he disagrees with you there.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, he had a lot of help on that title. He did his part. I mean, you can't take those titles away from him.
yeah.
My main point with the KD legacy is, we can't take away what he did there. He was an absolute killer for the Warriors. But if we look at Oklahoma City and we look at Brooklyn, when he's clearly the number one, it hasn't quite worked.
Yeah. And Scooby, now you disagree with him on the cleanse.
Yes, I did. I did
Kanye
disagree.
cleanse.
Well, because I'm a spiritual person, and so for me,
And
when
Pink is not.
Pink doesn't even eat fruits and vegetables.
I've been
His
cleansing
insides-
for 40 years.
His insides are rotten. Okay? They're rotten.
Telling you.
They are rotten.
They are not.
But I feel
You've
like
attempted to slander me twice here.
you're still a good person, Pink.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
But for me, spirituality is important, and I think after you've gone through anything traumatic, a cleanse, whether it be social media or sex or meat, whatever the case, just to kind of get you back balanced, because your emotions may be out of whack, especially if you've had like a train of traumatic experiences. That break is important, I think.
Have you successfully cleansed in the past?
I cleanse all the time.
Really?
I fast often.
So do you just rotate on what you're cleansing?
Yeah, like whatever.
At the moment, what are we cleansing?
Right now I am going to go on a detox. I started on a plant-based pescatarian diet. I went strong for about 3 weeks, and then fell off. So now
What got you?
the breakup.
No, I mean, what was the food that you gave in?
Chicken wings and fries.
Oh, and I'm from gotta go some wings and fries.
Yeah, some people eat ice cream and cookies. I go straight for the wings and fries.
I got you.
Yeah. Okay. So that happened. So now it's been like a little rocky, because once your body tastes that, you kind of you have to wean yourself back off.
That like it's weird because you talk about like the balance of things, and one of my objections to cleansing is that it's artificial out of balance, and that you're taking something away that's part of your ordinary routine, and that creates an imbalance. And I think it's, for me, typically that's going to create an overreaction when you get back to it. Well, and I just don't believe in putting myself through these cycles of that. I strive to achieve like a balance that's a consistent day-to-day thing, and that's, I mean, chiefly like sort of mental management, but mental management in doing certain things that keep me consistent and balanced. Yeah. I have my job, I have stress, whatever, and so I make sure I go, make sure I'm playing basketball, make sure I'm doing things that give me joy and enjoyment, make sure I'm having sex when I can. And,
So you don't have like a need to reset?
No.
You like your playing field like
I'm constantly striving to keep the balance.
Okay.
And it's like, riding a ship at sea. Like, there's always going to be course correction.
Yeah.
But I believe in that subtle course correction, rather than abstaining from this or that for some weird, arbitrary time period.
I don't think it's artificial or arbitrary. I think
it's artificial in the sense that you're making a decision I'm now taking this out of my life. It's something that I'm doing. Now, if like, I don't eat vegetables, so it's not like that's not part of my life. So I'm not taking it out.
Yeah.
I love playing basketball, but I'll be dead before I say, hey, I'm going to take 3 weeks of basketball off.
Yeah.
No, because that's part of the thing that keeps me going.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I understand it.
Yeah.
But for me, when I go through something that's emotionally difficult, or I just feel like I've been like eating clean on and off for like the past decade and a half.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I like eat a lot of junk, my body will just naturally react. Like if I've been eating clean for a while and then I go eat some junk, like a lot of mucus will build up in my mouth, my stomach will start hurting, and that's my body's telling me, okay, it's time for a cleanse, because you don't usually eat that.
But it's more like you've fallen off the wagon and you're getting back on the wagon.
Yeah, but then you do to like another level. You want to get cleaner, you know, and you're gonna. Well, for me, because I'm not like a staunch vegetarian or vegan. Like I do eat fish, I do eat chicken, but I have a spiritual desire to abstain from meat and dairy when I'm going through something. It helps me get back.
Chocolate milk helps me get through just about everything.
Milk is disgusting.
Chocolate milk in particular.
Milk is disgusting.
I'll tell you.
I'm pretty sure your insides are rotten.
Day,
I'm pretty sure.
They're doing quite well. Like, for real.
You guys are on the bench.
For my age, to be as active as I am.
Yes.
Like
I believe you. It's probably just me. Because if I drink cow milk, it's going to be a really bad situation for everyone.
Really?
Yeah.
Problem flatulence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything.
How about you?
Acne. I don't know if that's a good thing.
Much
respect.
Listen, you guys are on the bench podcast, Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. What we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with the story of the week.
Oh, yes.
And then we'll get to some Deion Sanders. This right here is a short clip of a animation cartoon that I have coming out on Friday at 3 p.m. on this YouTube channel. It's called Master Jit. You're on the bench. We'll be right back.
From the Sunshine State, the great state of Florida, and what does your Uncle Shala always say? The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida. Bitch, I'm Big Bubba crossing my black car. It's booby traps and pit bulls crossing my backyard. I'm still strapped, boy, these handguns on Vanguard. I like going against the grain cause my head hard. Babe, I used to thug hard to see this crack hard. I don't duck nothing but the motherfucking task force. Me and 2 Root running shit, we like the fat boys. Paid cash for it, so I drive this bitch and fast forward. I put it all in your face like you asked for. Most of you niggas love frontin' like the dashboard. I get a nigga chalked out like the blackboard. I got the ghetto off glass like the backboard. Most of my niggas ride till it ain't no gas.
Master Jit is an Adult Swim-like animation. It's about a young teenager growing up in one of the worst neighborhoods in Jacksonville, Florida. Jit wants to learn to become an entrepreneur. He's a hustler. Join us from week to week as we pick Jit's next hustle, a part of the first ever interactive animation. Master Jit. Alrighty, you guys are back on the bench. Once again, that was a animation cartoon that I have coming out on Friday at 3 p.m. Master Jit. Make sure you guys check that out.
Right in time if you're going to leave the office early and head to happy hour. Do it with Master Jit.
That's right. So we have come to the story of the week here.
Oh boy.
Can't wait. It's been too long.
So
better measure up.
Although it's been a few weans, and you guys can always check our YouTube page, and we actually have a folder of stories, crazy stories by Bubba or something like that is named, and you can look up all the stories that I have told in the past. That way I do not have to repeat myself and tell you all the stories that I've told in the past. But there are some interesting ones, some funny ones, some sad ones. Whatever you're into, I'm pretty sure we have it there.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So this week here it stems from my time at homecoming.
I knew it.
So of course I went to HBCU, Bethune-Cookman University. Shout out to Bethune. We are not Bethune-Cookman College. We are Bethune-Cookman University.
Is that a sore subject?
Huh?
Is that a sore subject?
Yeah, because a lot of people remember us as BCC, but that was before I even got there. So I don't know how that name is sticking. And homecoming was awesome. It was great. Saw a lot of old faces, and got into a lot of fun. I'm not even sure if we won the game or not. The football game.
Did you attend the game?
I tailgated, but
didn't attend the game.
No.
Okay.
But that's the move. That's the move at HBCU.
Right.
And we talked about JSU having all of these stars, and here we go. I'm just at the tailgate with my cup of liquor. I'm by myself in a crowd. I don't know. And all of a sudden this guy on the mic comes and is like, yo, we got Ricky Rose coming in just 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. I'm like, Ricky Rose? Who is you talking about, man? And here comes Rick Ross comes and he performs for like damn near an hour. It was crazy. And it's at a tailgate. Tailgate is free, so it's not a concert, it's not everything. So shout out to Rick Ross and whoever put that together at the homecoming. All right.
That's awesome, though. There was some pushback, though, when we were celebrating the JSU and everything they had going on.
Yeah.
There was people saying, like, nah, man, you're missing the boat. Like, almost every school will have some pretty A-list type guys.
Yeah, and I know FAMU does every year.
Yeah.
But this was definitely our first year.
I love the enthusiasm that surrounds an HBCU homecoming.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you can see the build. I have a lot of friends, particularly at FAM because I was in Tallahassee, and you can see the excitement coming all week. The people are getting ready.
FAMU's homecoming is something. It's different. It's on a higher level. And I still hate those guys, but it's definitely.
Hey, we're trying to get Ellis. We're trying to get Ellis on the show. Let's simmer down with that hate talk.
Definitely on a higher level.
Bubba, hate speech. Bubba's rocking the hate speech.
But
we're trying to build bridges over here.
One of the best things about homecoming weekend, of course, is the parties, right? So, weeks and months ahead, you're planning on what parties you're going to go to. So you're hitting up everybody you haven't heard from in a while. This is your opportunity to go into the chicks' DMs that you kind of maybe want to meet with. What parties you going to on homecoming? Yeah, it's just a good talking
How much
point.
groundwork did you do before?
I didn't do much groundwork, honestly. I didn't do much groundwork.
Do you believe him?
No, I didn't do much groundwork. But usually I do. Usually I do, though. It was some groundwork done with me.
I think less work went into building the pyramids.
Anyway, so you're looking at the party list and everything. These are, regular parties. You got the alumni sip here. You got the alumni jeans party here. You got day parties. Then all of a sudden, I get about a month or two before homecoming, I get a flyer and an invite to go to this party, and I don't want to say the exact name, but it was like an exotic party, and
got your attention, didn't it?
Well, it's not that it got my attention, more so that I know the guy, right? That's throwing and putting together. Like, and I just want to support, like, because it's either you go to that or you go to this alumni party. I'm like, I go to the alumni party every year. I'll show some support to the guy, even though the fucking party costs maybe twice as more as the...
Really?
Yeah, it costs twice as more as the alumni party. I'm like, damn, man. So I took a couple of days. I'm going on the website. I'm trying to figure out what is exactly going to be going on. It's very vague. The website is vague. And it's telling me, I can't wear shorts or hats or anything. I'm like, damn, what type of party is this? Men have to dress, whatever. So, okay. And then I learned a couple, women that I know are going to be there. So I end up going to this party. I go to this party by myself alone because my group that I went to college with, none of those guys went to homecoming.
Okay.
Some have kids, some have jobs. I guess some didn't have any money, whatever the case may be. And, so I get to this.
Get a sponsorship program set up for next year.
So I get to this fucking party, and it's like one of those mansion like Airbnbs, like a big ass rooming house, whatever. It got all these different spots and stuff. So you go in, and it's just a house, but he has bodyguards. He has 2 bodyguards at the front, and then you got a lady at the front.
I hope they weren't wearing hats and shorts.
Nah. And you get to the front. She's like, I need your phone and I need your ID. And I'm like, damn.
Do I really want to be here?
Yeah, what is this going to be? And so, whatever. I gave it to her, and I go in. Now, I'm fairly early to this party, so I go in, and the women that I see, a couple are in regular clothes, but some are in like almost lingerie-like clothes, right? But not lingerie, but like top and like either short shorts or like one of those things where you can see the lingerie under the clothes. You know what I'm
I
talking
think you chose wisely on this party.
about? And you got a lot of liquor here. You got the smokers in the back, whatever. And the thing is, he got like one section set up to where they got like you're gonna play games. Then you got one that's like a beer pong table, stuff like that. And so, it gets started. They're playing music. Get started. So one of the 2 of the girls on the thing said, "Hey, what's your name? Come over here. We about to start a game. We're about to play a game." So we go over there, and this is where it got a little crazy here.
I'm looking forward to it.
So it was the first game that they were playing was something like almost like a dare game.
Truth or dare?
A dare or drink game.
Oh.
Not truth or dare.
No truth, just dares.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know the game well?
No. I'm intrigued. Like what?
I can tell you're wrapped.
What's
by it.
I am.
Wow.
I want to know what happens next. Keep going, Bubba.
Yeah, so
That's what she said.
mind you, I still don't know what type of party this is.
You're picking up
Right
any
now, this
clues
is just
right
a
now.
glorified house party.
With
some
scantily clad ladies.
Overpriced.
House party with some pretty
scantily clad
girls.
ladies.
Yeah, and chilling. And right now, the ratio men to women is good. So I'm good. I'm chilling. I don't really give a damn. I'm just chilling anyway. I'm by myself. I'm chilling. So a couple questions go by. They're like softballs. I guess the game is set up that way. And then all of a sudden, it's like, whatever. These are all strangers too. Nobody knows each other really.
Right.
Some went to school, but whatever. Kiss somebody in the group, or whatever. So the girl chooses the other girl to kiss.
Oh, fast start.
Yeah, well, a couple softballs already went by.
All right.
So we're warming up, right?
Oh boy.
And
This is a better story if you remember the softballs leading up to it.
So now that that's happening, now you got the guys in the back and the smokers. They're coming around. What's going on here? And they're like, "Yeah, we're playing the game. Come on, yeah." You know what I mean? And I'm like, "Damn, it was just me and it was just me and 5 others now." But that's cool. We having fun here. I don't,
Small gangbang to orgy, real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah. I can't fuck them all anyway. That's my mindset. Like, I'm not in my 20s anymore.
I'll be generous.
Right? So, so they come over. And now the questions are heating up.
Ooh.
And
Where are we now?
so now, one of the next ones are like, you touch any, body part, and everybody in the groups gets to touch one body part on you, right? And it goes like whatever kind of clockwise. And so the guy over here, the first guy, he's like, oh, so because the girl grabbed the card, right?
Okay.
So we get to touch any body
Everybody
part
in
on
the
the girl.
circle gets to
to touch
touch
one
the girl,
body
okay.
part of the girl.
Kind of happy you didn't pull that card, right?
Well, that's coming. So
really coming.
well, it depends how you look at it. So yeah, so she's going around. The first guy, he's like, you know, and I'm so glad I wasn't the first guy.
Right.
Because, you know.
You want to see where this is going?
Yes, I want to see where this is going. And the first guy, he's a shy guy, so he touches her thigh or whatever. Next guy, not so shy.
He might have played before.
He goes and he grabs her chest like this, right?
Okay.
And he's done, and she's like laughing and stuff. So the next guy, I guess he sees that and he's like, okay. So he lifts her shirt up and goes and touches bare chest. You know what I mean? And he and the previous guy's like, damn, that's what I wanted to do, but I didn't know this that.
Bubba's already going for a condom.
So then she was going around and everybody does that.
Yeah,
Everybody just touches they're touching bare titties. All right. So that's that one.
What'd you touch?
Bare titties. I touched bare titties. That's it.
Why didn't nobody progress from bare titties?
Well, that's you have to keep going to the story. I'm going
You
to
need
progress.
pioneers to
You do.
to new ground.
Shout out to the titty pioneer that did it. That you need somebody to progress further.
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean, somebody's got to grab some cooter sometime.
Terrible.
So
Really?
the next one was with your mouth touch any part
Oof.
of the of the thing, right? And that was another girl.
Okay.
No.
That was another girl who grabbed the thing, her card, and so you know, so you got the guy who only touched the thigh. He's got up and left, so maybe this is not his thing, all right? And you know, I'm very thankful that he did, because now the ratio is a little better.
Yeah.
All right, so
It's a numbers game out there.
so we get the not shy guy. He's first now. It's his order. All right. So he
Bare
goes.
City Pioneer. That's what I like to call him.
He goes and he bites her ass. You know, that's his thing. So whatever. The next guy goes and he's sucking her titties. All right. Then we got a new guy. He sees what's going on. He's running. He's coming. What's going on over here, man?
I love how you gotta ask, what's going on?
Now this
We're
guy.
about 3 cards from an orgy.
I know this guy from school. So he's, you know, while all this is going on, he's talking to me like, so what's going on over here, man? They doing this and that. I was like, yeah, man, it's getting kind of crazy, this and that. He's like, man, you know, I kind of knew her from back in the day, and this and that is what he's saying. So the next guy in line, because he just came, is him. So he eat her coochie right there.
Really?
Right there.
Is she fully nude at this point?
No, he lifts her because she has, like I said, this thing on to where it's almost like lingerie. Yeah. She had like shorts over lingerie.
Yeah.
And he moves it because one of the softball was take off a piece of clothing. Everybody take off a piece of clothing, right? So I had to everybody took off a piece of clothing.
What'd you go with?
I went with my watch.
Oh.
Very safe. Very safe.
Yeah, and she took off those shorts, so now she only has her lingerie set on.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. So right there on the couch, and everybody else at this time, just normal conversation. Me and the other guy still talking. The girls over there still talking. Like this is not calling off any like alarm sound, and
this is normal.
I'm over here. I'm looking. I'm like, wait, y'all not see what's going on? Man, going to fucking town over here, right here, like right here. All right. So the guy pulls a card, and he's like, okay, you get to take anybody.
Wait, time out. Are the girls also doing the touching? And the licking?
No, it was only like one person, not the group. So the group doesn't do anything. But yeah. So like, so when he says one person gets to touch with your mouth, so yeah, you got the girl sucking the titties or whatever, or biting the ass or kissing the ass, and stuff like that. All right.
It's encouraging.
So the one guy gets I get a hall pass, and you get to take one person in the hall or in the back in private area. All right, for 10 minutes, y'all get to do whatever you want to do.
10 minutes.
Right? So those two, he picks a girl, right? And they're all like, so who you going to pick? Who you going to pick? They're all interested.
They're excited.
Who he's going to pick, yeah. And so he picks one, of course, the one that I like the most.
Oh. And
he goes in back. Now, I don't like her the most. But anyway, he takes her in the back. And now, so we're down 2 people, but the games must go on.
It must go on.
So another girl pulls a card, and now she gets to touch one part of every person in the group. First time it was the guy, remember?
Okay, I got you.
Now it's the girl. So she gets to go around and touch one body part of everybody in the group.
Yeah.
So she's going around, and she's asking. She's like, so what do you want?
Oh, okay.
And so, some guys are choosing. Then you got the, whatever. The guys, that's what they choose. One guy said, my arms, the best. Because it was the best. It was like, you get to touch the best asset on
that person.
Yeah, on that person. That's what the exact words were. So he's like, yeah, my best asset is my arms. And another guy was like, my best asset is my ears.
Have you ever looked at a guy and thought,
no, never.
Okay.
Never.
And so, she comes around to me, and she's like, there's some girls watching this gonna be like, this is why I don't want to fucking talk to you. And so she's like, so Bubba, what is your best asset? And I just laugh. I was like, well, what's my best asset? And so she unbuckles and she goes in, and she's reaching and doing whatever for just a couple seconds, and then she moves on. But like, it was just like a crazy, like, I'd never been to something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. It was just a crazy experience, and it just went on and went on. And I left early.
Why?
Huh?
That might be the type of place you want to stay late.
No, man.
Really?
No. I didn't want to see where it progressed after that.
Oh, man.
No.
That's
Ooh,
one you
that was intense.
That was, I could see.
That was
You okay?
Could you see
I'm
yourself
okay.
in that type of
Hell
environment?
no.
Really?
Why not?
Hell no.
It was
Why not?
fun.
It can be fun. All good
I'm
natured.
just not that type of person. Like
Really?
What type of person is that?
Yeah. Huh?
What type of person is
But
that?
like, just free. I don't judge. I do not judge,
Yeah.
because I got some ways about me. Like, people think I'm like a stuck up prude, and maybe I am. I don't know, but that's just who I am. So I don't judge, but I'm just not like, you're not finna touch me.
No,
And then it's several people touching me.
Some of the girls
No,
came
no,
over.
no.
Some of the girls came over. It's like, what's going on? What's all the commotion about? And then they saw what's going on and was like, oh, yeah, no.
No, that would have been me, like,
And went over
peeking
to
and
that.
like, hell
Was there
no, this is not for
other
me.
similar concept games going on elsewhere or other activities?
Not while I was there.
Oh.
The only other thing that was going on was it was the beer pong table, which probably was a liquor pong table, but it was next. And at that time, it was the only 2 things that were actively going on. Other than that, like I said, you just have random people having conversations around
Yeah.
the thing, and that's what it was. Yeah,
I like it.
just
Yeah.
during that time.
I like it. Good stuff.
No.
You should.
And you probably would have did well there at that
Why
point.
not?
You got the your very free personality.
going on
I would have hauled butt out of there. Like, oh, this isn't. No, that's not for me.
I guess.
Mm-mm.
I think you might have it in you.
You got to get to know me a little bit better. I am boring.
I see what you could be, not what you are.
I'm glad you have so much faith in me.
No, you know what the funny thing is about when I say these things on the podcast, and whether it's stories or whether it's comments, like I get checked off.
Oh yeah.
Like, and remember I told you, like, some
Yeah,
girls, when I was on the dating sites, like just one example, one girl was like, I can't talk to you, I saw your podcast, and it's like, but it's like, I say some of this stuff could be serious, some of this stuff cannot be. Like I say, it's whatever the fuck ever. Like, you know what I mean? It's an entertaining podcast.
It's entertaining podcast. That's
It
what
could be a true, it could not be true. You know, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not a Megan Thee Stallion thing. It could be someone else's experience. It could be my experience. Maybe I'm telling an experience from someone else's side. That's up for you to decide. All right. For example, the kid, the girl, the ex that I told the story about, to where her baby daddy came in and I was butt naked in the bed.
I remember that.
And
one.
the baby was screaming. She says that didn't happen like that. Right?
Oh, she disagrees.
Right. So, you know, some of these stories could be, you know, hyped up or made up lies. Or who knows? She's adamant that it didn't happen like that. All right. So you take that information with what you want.
That was Bubba's disclaimer to keep the dating life going.
The stories do make the women nervous, Bubba.
Do they?
And that's fine.
Yeah, he comes off like a playboy.
I'm just
Playboy?
far from it.
I don't think he comes off like a playboy.
Well, I think that's what makes the women, though. He just said, like, he's been checked several times, and they're like, I've seen your podcast, and I'm scared of you, because they think automatically it's all about sex, and he's
well, it still is,
non-committal.
but
It is.
But
you come
that's
off
for everyone.
you come off non-committal, so it's scary for women.
That's fine. But my last relationship was 3 years. You
Yeah.
know, so
That's a
I
long
get to
time.
hang on to that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hang on to that till I'm like 60 years old. Hey, I was in a relationship for 3 years. So I don't know what you mean. I'm unable to
somewhere
commit.
between now. Somewhere
And I bought a ring.
Did you really?
Yeah, because women do say that. No, you're 1,000% correct with your assessment there. And that's crazy because I never told you that. But yeah, women will say, yeah, you're non-committal or you're scared of, afraid of commitment and this is not. I was in a 3-year relationship. I lived with my girl and I bought a ring. So I went as far as a man.
Worst person to their
Well,
life.
yeah.
It was, yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Take that.
Shut me up.
Yeah. How many rings have been offered to you?
Just 2.
2. And you turned them down?
I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that would break somebody's confidence. You're talking about a sex.
Yeah,
move.
you worried about it. Making up 3 inches over here. Nah, you turned down a ring.
No.
Yeah.
Listen.
I mean, there's a difference between teaching points and soul
Maybe
stirring.
I'm non-committal. Maybe I'm the
Clearly you
one
are.
that's non-committal.
Clearly you are.
Maybe I'm afraid of commitment because
And men are afraid of you.
it's possible. I
Yeah.
have a really complex personality, so
Really?
it's quite possible that I'm the problem. And I have no issues.
I'm quite confident
Except-
that you are.
I'll probably be in therapy soon.
Yeah.
But one of the guys who proposed to me, I love books. I love books a lot. And
Any particular favorites?
a lot of like self mastery.
Oh, God.
Be quiet. Be quiet. You know, there's 7 Habits and
I guess.
48 Laws of Power,
No,
stuff like
I
that.
literally never read one of those books.
It's okay. It's okay. Everybody's,
Do you
got
read
their
Malcolm
own thing.
Gladwell?
Who is that?
You don't read him.
Never mind. Anyway, so I have like a lot of books, and the book collection is slowly growing. And he was talking about, possibly moving in together, but he didn't want me to bring my books. And he said he'd buy me a Kindle, and I could download all
of
the
your books.
on the Kindle.
Yeah.
And I got so offended.
Why?
Because
absurd.
I like my books. I like the physical books, and I want more books. Like, I want a whole room full of actual physical books. And for me, that was just like, you don't even really know me.
That was
for
enough
me.
to undo a relationship.
Well, it was more than that, but that's just like for me
Was he shit
to
in
make
bed?
that. No.
Okay.
We never had sex.
Wait, time out.
This is a guy who hates timeouts, by the way.
I'll lose a 20-point lead and sit there with nothing. but you drop a guy's ready to give you a ring and move you in without touching the cooch. I need a timeout.
That sounds like some Megan Thee Stallion, some Scooby the Stallion. That's what that sounds
What?
like.
I mean, what are we?
I'm gonna go to therapy. I'm
talking
gonna go to
about?
therapy. No, I just feel like our bond just wasn't big enough to take that step.
But why was he talking about moving in if the bond isn't there?
Because I think I was just like a trophy, like somebody just to show off. He didn't care about bonding with me. Like the thing.
And he didn't care about sex?
He was trying really hard, yeah. But I think that like the thing about me is that I don't want to be that cookie cutter trophy wife. I don't want to. Oh, she's well spoken and educated. She's safe. Let me present her to my friends and family. Like I don't want to be that person. I want a genuine.
But you are that person.
That just sat in the air for a minute.
Pink just made a comment earlier. You have to be what you are, or something like that.
You gotta be true to what you are.
You have to be true to what you are. What is the problem with that?
You are well spoken.
I know that, and I am educated. Yes, I know that, but I want I don't want somebody to pick me. I want a bond. I want a connection with someone. I don't want a man to randomly be like, that one will work.
But here's my question.
I don't want that.
Let's boil this down. Why were you even indulging that far with this guy that he's talking about moving in without fucking?
I wasn't, it's a long story. But,
For him it was.
yeah, he had trouble letting go. He had
Of what?
of the possibility of us. He had a lot of trouble letting go. He said.
So you continued to indulge him.
I didn't continue to indulge him.
Sounds a lot like you did.
We spoke for 6 weeks, and then I broke it off, and then like a year went by, and he found me on social media, and then we spoke for another 4 weeks, and then
When
I said
did
I
the move-in
can't do
come?
that. Huh?
When did the move-in?
He was doing well, and then got promoted, and then he bought a house and a new car and a motorcycle, and he was like, hey, I upgraded. I got a house. I don't have an apartment. I have a new car. I have a motorcycle because I love motorcycles. And
Do you really?
yeah, I do.
My dad's a world-famous motorcyclist.
Yeah, I love motorcycles. But then, I was just like, okay, like I don't want to be, I'm polite, right? So I was like, oh, okay, we can talk. We'll talk. And then after 4 weeks, I was like, nah.
But when did he do that? Like, I want you to move in, but not with your books.
Probably. When you say it like that, it makes me sound like such a jerk, man.
Well.
But probably 3 weeks into the 4 weeks that I allowed him into my space.
That's just
we
that's crazy.
we got to get to our last segment of the show, man.
I mean, homeboy must have been like, I'm not getting in the pants. Let me do the move in with me. Like, that's the that's the Hail Mary.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's the West Orange at Dr.
I was
Phillips.
I was turned
Strange.
off. It was more than just the books, but I was turned off. I couldn't do it.
If you hadn't banged him in all that time, you were certainly turned off. You weren't turned on.
Next segment, Bubba.
we have to get some Deion in before we close out the show.
Yes.
All right. So, last segment of the day. Deion Sanders, of the head coach of Jackson State University, who actually, he had to take a leave of absence of a couple of days.
This week?
Yeah, it was, damn, I wish I
Chop
had.
off another couple toes?
It was a weird thing to hear. It was a special event and a funeral. That's what it was labeled as. Yeah, that's why
Was
took a
Tom
short
Brady's
leave of
wife
absence. But it was because, and he addressed the team. This is not what this segment is about, but I'm just saying it's interesting. He addressed the team because, of course, you got the Auburn firing their
Rumors.
coach, and you got all these rumors. So he had to address his team like, yo, I'm going to be gone for a couple of days, but it's not because I'm going to interview with these other schools. I actually have things to do, and I'll be right back. I hate not being there with you guys. I know we have a game coming up and all this good stuff. So I thought that was, cool of him because he doesn't have to, you know what I mean? But to address his team.
Two things on that. last year he had the health crisis and the amputation like during the season. So I think his team is actually uniquely experienced in dealing with his absence like that. And then the way he's gone about this whole job, I think it's really has been about building trust.
Yeah.
And I think if that's what your brand is, you need to be true to that and say what he said.
No, that's good. That's definitely good. But another thing that has him trending now this week is he has been heavily lobbying for the NCAA to allow his Jackson State football team and to represent the SWAC in a bowl game. And he's actually narrowed it down. He doesn't see why they can't participate, in a New Year's Eve bowl game.
One of the new Big Six games? Or just
no.
New Year's?
Yeah, because they have, right.
Yeah, they're
so
contractual ties.
Exactly. So what I wanted to do was just go over some of the teams that were in some of those bowl games last year, but you can quickly talk about.
Yeah, I guess my thing, couple things that jump to mind. Most of those bowls have conference affiliations, and it's kind of like predetermined who plays who. Like you'll get the 5th team out of the ACC, and that'll match with the 7th team in the Big Ten who has a 6-win record or whatever. So there might be some contractual issues, but I would certainly say like bringing Jackson State to play in one of these bowls would be probably a lot more profitable and entertaining than to bring, like a horse shit, North Carolina team.
Yeah, that's basically what he's saying. He's saying, and hold on. Let me get to this really quick. So last year there were 41 bowl games played during the season. 17 teams received invitations with a 500 record. That's the even record there. Hawaii actually had a losing record of 6-7. Yeah. And played Memphis Tigers, who was 6-6. Now Jackson State is undefeated in their with their conference. Now Rutgers, who are 5-6, under 500. That's a losing record. Played in the Gator Bowl. So what Deion is saying is he thinks his team and other HBCU teams should be allowed to benefit from such a saturated bowl season because they pretty much just allow anybody in. Yeah. So what he's saying is, why? Because one of the people that sit on the board says the problem is FCS does not qualify for FBS bowls. It would take an NCAA legislative change, and there are certain things you would have to be in order to play in those bowl games and things like that. And basically what Deion is saying is my team, we're good enough to play in those games. Our people will travel, our fans will travel, and basically we're going to do better ratings. Nobody wants to see fucking Rutgers at 4 and whatever in a bowl game.
You put Jackson State against somebody people watch. He's 100% right, but I think that there's a couple levels to this. I do think it's probably right from a legal standpoint that there may have to be an actual change.
That's what the guy.
I also think that there is, as I kind of alluded to initially, there's a lot of contractual tie-ins with conferences and bowls that match teams up that would have to be kind of upset to a degree to accommodate this. So we've said from the beginning though, he needs to play Power 5 schools and get some wins. So he's also shown patience in playing the long game. Yeah. This move right here could really, he may know damn well it ain't going to happen this year. Mm-hmm. But this could be somebody setting up something for Labor Day weekend next year.
I think that's what he's doing.
Or beyond that. I definitely think that that's the case. He's playing the long game here. I don't expect everything to fall into place. Now, my question is, last year, their final game was, to my understanding, was it essentially an HBCU championship game?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there's an HBCU championship.
Yeah, and FAMU is playing well this year. Maybe against them, but I'm not sure who else in that conference is doing well.
My other question is, doesn't the FCS have a playoff as well?
I'm pretty sure.
Would Jackson State be eligible to compete for that?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would there be some weird scenario where they would have to make a decision, either we're going to play the HBCU title game or we're going to get in the playoff for the FCS? They couldn't do both?
I'm pretty sure they would have to make a decision because there's I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
If they were to make that rule, they probably would pick one team from the FCS and then do it like that.
Okay.
And I'm looking right now. North Dakota State won last year. North Dakota State. That's where your guy comes from.
Trey Lance and I think
Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
So that's a powerhouse.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing actually FAMU won in 1978. Shout out to FAMU, HBCU. But I wouldn't mind seeing like a Jackson State versus North Dakota State first. You know, because they're a powerhouse in that.
Well, I mean, my thought was, I think he's lobbying for the future, but I would get in the FCS playoff and try to win the damn thing.
Yeah.
You know, and then from there, you continue to enhance the platform.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be tapped into that, and for sure, and seeing where they go this year. But that was my overall point. It's the long game. I think he's just doing an awesome job of putting that out there. So this summer they can take a longer look at that and say, hey, maybe we do need to include these guys. Especially look at his strong recruiting class he has coming in next year. And fucking Travis came back from that injury, and he looks like an NFL player right now. I mean,
I told you, man.
I mean, guys could barely catch a pass on him,
Yeah.
and he's still playing both ways coming back from injury.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was that type of athlete, that type of player.
I mean, Travis Hunter, Victor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the prophet, man.
You tell me about these guys months before they're even like trending in news, and I'm like, and it kind of goes in one ear out the other, and then everybody starts talking about them, and I'm like, I think that's the guy Pink told me about.
You probably don't realize this, but you're in the presence of greatness.
That's hilarious.
But shout out to Deion Jackson State. We're gonna keep an extra eye look on the FCS playoffs, and hopefully next year Jackson State does get a bowl game. Pretty sure it won't happen this year, but just because of the laws and the rules that they already have in place. You can't just bogart things, but I'm sure he knows what he's doing there. All right?
Absolutely.
Well, you guys have been on the bench. I thought this was a good show.
I did. What do you think, Scooby?
It was fun. I'm not I laughed my real laugh the entire show.
Yeah.
So if you can make me laugh, my real laugh, I was having a great time.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We I think you did your part.
Yeah.
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 Well done.
Thank you.
Well
I appreciate
done.
that.
On the Bench Podcast, like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. See you guys next week.
All right, check us out.
We're done?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay!